A dual assault tropical storm Mekkhala and Higos has unleashed historic rainfall across Japan, triggering widespread flash floods, catastrophic mudslides, and bringing the nation's infrastructure to a grinding halt. As of late June 2026, authorities have issued urgent evacuation orders for more than 1 million residents across western and central Japan, while emergency services work around the clock to rescue hundreds of citizens trapped by rapidly rising waters. The Japan Meteorological Agency, JMA, has issued its highest-level emergency weather warnings for multiple prefectures, including Kyoto, Osaka, Yamaguchi, Nara, and Hiroshima. The confluence of the two tropical systems, merging with an active seasonal rain front, the Bayou Front, has created a perfect storm of atmospheric moisture, dumping more than a month's worth of rain in less than 24 hours in some regions. The historic city of Kyoto, world-renowned for its ancient temples and cultural heritage, finds itself at the center of the disaster. The Kamo River, Kamogawa, which flows through the heart of the city and is usually a scenic, tranquil waterway, has transformed into a raging torrent of thick brown mud. By Friday afternoon, the river had completely breached its stone embankments, submerging adjacent walking paths, popular riverside dining decks, yuka, and spilling into low-lying commercial streets. In nearby Osaka, the Yodo River basin is under severe stress. Local municipalities have deployed massive water pump vehicles to prevent the sewage systems from backing up into the city's vast underground shopping complexes. The speed at which the water rose was terrifying, said Kenji Tanaka, a 42-year-old shop owner in Kyoto's Gion district. We are used to heavy rain during the June monsoon season, but this is entirely different. Within 2 hours, the street outside was a knee-deep river. We barely had time to stack sandbags before the electricity cut out. In Nara Prefecture, historic residential zones have reported extensive damage. More than 30 homes have been completely inundated, with water levels reaching the second floors of traditional wooden structures. Emergency workers in inflatable boats are navigating narrow alleys to extract elderly residents who were unable to flee before the roads became impassable. The human toll of the storms has begun to mount as torrential downpours destabilize Japan's mountainous terrain. In Yamaguchi Prefecture, located at the western tip of Honshu Island, a massive landslide tore down a hillside in the early hours of Saturday morning, completely crushing a residential home. Local disaster management officials confirmed that a resident in her 70s tragically lost her life when the mud and debris overwhelmed her property. 3 other family members were pulled from the wreckage by firefighters and soldiers. They are currently being treated at a local hospital for severe injuries. In Hiroshima Prefecture, a region historically vulnerable to deadly debris flows, the ground has reached total saturation. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism, MLYT, has classified hundreds of hillsides in the area as being at imminent risk of collapse. Satellites and ground sensors are monitoring shifting soil conditions, prompting preemptive forced evacuations of entire mountain villages. We cannot stress this enough. Do not wait for visual confirmation of danger. Chief Cabinet spokesperson Hiroshi Matsui stated during an emergency press briefing in Tokyo. If you are under an evacuation order, move to a designated shelter or a higher floor of a concrete building immediately. Landslides occur with zero warning and are absolutely lethal. The compounding impact of the twin storms has caused massive logistical chaos across Japan's highly integrated transportation networks, occurring right in the middle of a busy summer travel week. The Central Japan Railway Company, JR Central, and West Japan Railway Company, JR West, suspended operations on key segments of the Tokaido and Sanyo Shinkansen lines. The high-speed rail link connecting Tokyo, Nagoya, Kyoto, Osaka, and Fukuoka was halted after automated rain gauges detected precipitation levels far exceeding safety thresholds. Tens of thousands of commuters and tourists found themselves stranded at major railway terminals, sleeping on stationary train hotels provided by the rail operators. The aviation sector faces similar paralysis. Over 200 domestic and international flights have been canceled at major hubs, including Osaka's Kansai International Airport, K1 TEX, and Tokyo's Haneda and Narita airports. Kansai Airport, built on an artificial island in Osaka Bay, is monitoring sea levels closely to avoid a repeat of the disastrous flooding it suffered during Typhoon Jebi in 2018. Major expressways, including the Meishin and Chugoku expressways, have closed multiple segments due to zero visibility conditions and localized flooding on asphalt surfaces. Express buses and freight logistics networks have ground to a halt, raising concerns about imminent supply chain disruptions for convenience stores and manufacturing plants across the country. Meteorologists point out that the simultaneous arrival of Tropical Storm Mekkhala and Tropical Storm Higos so early in the summer season is a stark manifestation of changing global climate patterns. Historically, Japan experiences its most intense typhoon activity in late August and September. However, abnormally high sea surface temperatures in the Philippine Sea and the Western Pacific have provided an abundance of thermal energy, fueling rapid storm development in early June. The ocean temperatures are currently 2 to 3 degrees Celsius above the historical average, explained Dr. Akiko Mori, a climate scientist at the Tokyo Institute of Weather Research. This warm water acts as high-octane fuel for tropical systems. A steering atmospheric current has trapped these two storms, forcing them to channel their moisture directly into the seasonal rain front over Japan. This explains the staggering volume of continuous, intense precipitation. Experts warn that as global temperatures rise, these compounding disaster events, where multiple weather hazards overlap, will become more frequent, testing the limits of even the world's most advanced flood defense systems. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida convened an emergency disaster response task force at the Kante, the Prime Minister's official office, to coordinate rescue efforts. The central government has dispatched thousands of troops from the Japan Self-Defense Forces, JSDF, to assist local police and fire departments with search and rescue operations, flood barrier reinforcement, and water delivery. Our absolute top priority is saving human lives, the Prime Minister declared. We are deploying all available assets, including JSDF helicopters and specialized disaster relief units, to reach isolated communities. Economists are already attempting to quantify the potential financial fallout of the disaster. The Kinki and Chugoku regions are vital hubs for Japan's automotive, electronics, and precision machinery industries. Several major manufacturers, including Panasonic and Toyota subsidiaries, announced temporary suspensions of operations at factories in Kyoto and Hiroshima to guarantee employee safety and assess potential water damage to heavy machinery. The agricultural sector has suffered a severe blow. Thousands of hectares of newly planted rice paddies and fruit orchards in western Japan are completely submerged under contaminated floodwaters. Farmers fear total crop failure if the waters do not recede within the next 48 hours, which could drive up domestic food prices in the coming months. In several districts across Osaka and Kyoto, the disruption of clean water pipelines has left thousands without drinking water or sanitation facilities. Neighborhood associations have established makeshift water distribution centers in elementary school gymnasiums. Our town has an older population, and many cannot walk to the evacuation centers on their own, said Yuka Otani, a community leader in a rural suburb of Hiroshima. Younger residents have formed volunteer teams to go door to door, checking on vulnerable neighbors and moving heavy furniture to safety. We can't just rely on the government when the roads are flooded out. We must protect each other. Psychological stress is also mounting among business owners who were just recovering from previous economic downturns. Many traditional guest houses, ryokan, in Kyoto have faced massive booking cancellations, dealing a painful financial blow right at the start of what was expected to be a highly profitable summer tourism window.